Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Now this update has been 6 weeks in the making, and that's because I came to a bit of a realization, and that realization is it takes a long time for a horse to go from being semi-retired to back into work, and I completely underestimated what that journey was going to look like and what the process was going to be. And let me tell you, it's not as easy as you think. But before we get into that, I'm going to talk you guys through what's been going on over the last couple of weeks. But I do want to thank Equilab for sponsoring this video. It's such an exciting app because I feel like this app can help every single rider out there. Listen up, because you're going to want to hear this. Now, Equilab is an app you can download on your phone, and it gives you the ability to track your training with your horse. But what Equilab does is it tracks your training regime that you do with your horses. You're able to log everything in, and whilst you ride, it follows and tracks exactly what you're doing. For instance, for how long you're walking, how long you're trotting, how long you're cantering. It'll show you all the different movements of where you've gone inside of the arena, and it gives you a lot of very useful information, especially for me. When I went back into riding chase, there was a lot of different factors that I had to take in. For instance, general fitness. I didn't know how long I could ride my horse. So with the Equilab app, I was able to go back after every ride and really analyze how long I rode for, what his performance was like. I was able to make notes so I could look back and check, for instance, if he had a really busy day on Thursday. On Friday, I could look back and remind myself, okay, yesterday's ride was really long. It was 55 minutes. We did mostly cantering. Today I'm going to go for a walk. So it gave me the ability to be a much better rider and to have greater knowledge of the training of my horses, and how they were performing as well. And what I also really liked about Equilab, which I'll show a little bit later on in the video because I'm going to just show you how I've used it in my everyday life, is that it's also super interactive. Whether you're sharing your training schedule or whether you're communicating on the chats with other people, and it kind of brings the whole horse community together that's trying to grow at the same time. And one additional thing that I really loved about the app is that when you're going for a hatch, you can send your live location to your friends. That way they can stay on top of where you are, when you're going to be home, in case there's an accident, where you are located. It's a very safe tool that I can definitely see myself using, because my horse Chase on trail rides has been doing a lot of rearing. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's excited or what, but it's been happening. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys a little bit today how I use it, how I am able to track my rides, and we're going to review my ride from today at the end of the video, and we can see exactly what went on and how he performed. But in terms of how Chase has been going, as I said, you know, I really underestimated how much time it was going to take to get his fitness back up. It's been 6 weeks now, and I started putting the jumps up quite quick because I felt like he was going really good. And it was only until I started to put the jumps up that I realized, okay, I need to take a step back, because firstly, the fitness wasn't there. And secondly, I could feel that because his fitness wasn't there, he was also being a bit insecure about the jumps. I don't think he could really trust his own body yet, and that he was gonna be able to and in case we got like a stride wrong or something, that he was going to be able to get himself out of a sticky situation. He was kind of not there yet mentally and physically. So I've taken a huge step back now, and well, I'm going to be showing you guys today kind of what that looks like and what I'm doing. We have been doing some jumping and it's been going well, but I want to get the foundation super strong, because I feel like later on when I go on to doing a course or when we're jumping higher, I don't want to run into these problems then and then have to go back. I want to do it good from the beginning. And right now I've got to build up his fitness anyway. So it's something that I've just started to do now, really focusing on the basics, the flat work, and all the prep work before you jump. And then now we're putting those steps in with the jumps as well. So it's been going good. Chase's body has completely transformed. He looks incredible. And we've been doing a lot of different things. We've been doing trail rides, we've been doing videos for Horse World TV, so he's been traveling as well. So he's well and truly back in it. I feel like schedule wise, that's something that also the Equilab app helped me realize, is that I was wanting to ride him 5 days a week, but I found that I was getting better results from when I looked back on my calendars when I was riding 4 days, and I think that's because of the fitness. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do. But yeah, I think I can stop blabbing and we can just get on to seeing Chase again. Okay, we're with Chase again. I thought I would start off by giving you guys a little bit of a body update because I feel like a lot has been changing throughout his muscle development, the feet and everything. So let's start going in on it a bit. Obviously, as he's now getting consistent work, I've noticed a lot of top line is starting to come back on his neck, on his back and over his bum as well. He has lost weight, which plenty of you will be happy to hear, especially because he was looking quite thick for a show jumper. So that's something that is slowly starting to happen. And then when it comes to the feet has been an issue, I'm not gonna lie. Now that mild kind of inconsistency or irregularity he had is kind of almost gone. As the foot is growing, the foot can break later rather than sooner, and I'm talking about the foot on the left, and that's making the steps more regular. He has been sound, he's not in pain, but he did have a slight difference in on what time the feet were breaking at.
Can you do that again?
Look, you can even see the dapples. I don't know if you can see them on camera.
I don't think you've ever had them with Chase.
Yeah, or sometimes it did, but that's a good sign. That means we're on the right track. But yeah, with the feet, I'm thinking it's actually going to be a bit of a 3-month process. I love how optimistic I was. Oh, in 8 weeks, it's all going to be fine. I think 3 to 4 months, and we're going to have them grown out and have the right shape. But for now, it's still getting there. Now, I'm going to get him tacked up, and I don't know. Have I shown everybody the full show jumping gear I have now?
I don't know.
I don't even know if I have. Well, I've got a full set. So I'm gonna get him tacked up. We're gonna go into the arena and I'm gonna show you guys what we've been working on, what we're training towards, and we're also gonna be going over a few jumps and kind of showing you how he tackles that. Let's see what we're working with now. Ready, set, go. Penny, move. One.
Hi.
Okay, so one thing, as I was telling you guys before, I've been using the Equilab app to kind of help me track the progress with Chase. Easy. When I first started riding, in my head I was like, okay, I'm only gonna do 35 minutes. And then as I started using the app and I was timing my rides, I was like, okay, firstly, I'm doing 45 to 50 minutes. And I was trying to do most of my work in canter because that was gonna help build his muscles in an easier way. And I found myself, well, the app was showing me that I was doing much more trot than I was planning on doing it. So since I've gotten the app, I've been able to kind of stick to my regime a lot better. So what I'm gonna do, it's super easy. I'm just gonna go on the app now, and I'm just gonna click start riding, and that's it. All I've got to do now is put it in my pocket, do my thing, and then after I'll be able to look back on all the data and kind of assess my ride. Let's get riding. I'm gonna warm him up. And I definitely have a few things I need to share with you guys because a lot's been going on and I've actually found out a lot about my horse, more than I imagined. So as I touched on previously, as I started riding Chase and getting back into it, I kind of, you know, did a couple of weeks of riding and then I started popping the jumps up, and very quickly I found that I had a very insecure horse when it came to jumping. And that's something that I didn't really expect from him because he's so easy and chilled. But he really didn't have a lot of confidence going to the jumps. And so what I found happening was a lot of our rhythm was getting interrupted and ruined. So our striding would be off and he would be running towards the fences. And that's something that I don't really like. Because of course when you have combinations and when you're doing a course, it can really stuff up your round. You're kind of no longer in control of your striding and rhythm. So I've kind of, thanks to actually Horsewheel TV, I was able to get a really great lesson from a rider which you guys are going to be seeing very soon. I don't want to spoil it. But I was able to get a great lesson with Chase. We went to his property and we worked on an exercise where he was really able to sit back and wait. And rather than him getting his confidence and strength from running at the jump, he needs to be pushing off the ground and over the jump. So I'm going to show you guys kind of how I've been doing that. And then I also want to show you a little bit how he's been going on the flat, because that's something that's also been really changing. As you guys remember, he was a little bit uneven. He was very stiff. Both of these things, of course, are still there, but they're much better, I feel. I feel like he's getting more collected, he's getting more bounce in his step, he's getting more powerful, and he's getting more even, which is very important. So with the warm-up, I've been liking kind of using the similar approach as I did in the first video, even though now I can ask for a little bit more collection. And as I said, I like to turn a little bit more now using the outside rein and then just helping with the inside hand flex him round. That way, when I'm using the inside hand, it's mainly for the flexion and I can be a little bit more independent.
It looks good.
I'm not sure what this looks like to you guys, but for me it feels a lot better. It feels a lot more flowy. It feels more forward. Good boy. Good boy. It feels stronger, it feels more on both reins, and it feels more balanced. And he's definitely much more comfortable now in this frame as he has the muscles to support it. So even though he's definitely not back to where he was when I stopped riding him full time, he is making great steps into getting back there. And you can even see the neck development shows how much it can kind of support that better now.
You should take weekly photos.
Yeah. Now this is the other side. Good boy. He's definitely much more stiff on this side still, like on this side of the neck. And when it comes to the evenness, I don't know what you guys can see, but to me this looks pretty even now. Like, I don't think it's 100%, but I think it's pretty darn close. I've been liking also just taking him up a little bit in the contact and asking for a little bit more engagement. Just again playing with that head position, head carriage and the engine. And something Chase has always liked to do is extend, so I've also been playing a little bit with that. Easy.
He likes it.
And forward. Good boy, and back, but up. Good boy. So I don't want him to drop in the neck when I come back. And I feel like, even though that's, you know, I mean, flat work is dressage and dressage is the basis of everything, I think we definitely have to go back to that in order to help us even later on with our stridings and everything like that. We want to be able to have control of the rhythm, the tempo, and the speed. So I'm just asking again, leg, leg, leg. Up. Yeah, there. And just making sure he's carrying his own head. And this is the kind of rhythm, and no faster than this, that we've worked out works well for Chase in order for him not to run to the jumps. He just has to sit and wait, let the jump come to him, and he's got to push off the ground. Easy. Let's try the other side. The other side is the more difficult side. But I do feel like this side is getting better. He's getting more off the inside hand and on both reins. Good boy. And I'm not too worried on this side about the frame because I know it'll come. when the body's there. Yeah, there. Perfect. So this is the kind of canter I want to take towards a jump. And I don't want to change anything. He just has to figure out the striding in the same tempo. Good boy, and walk. Woohoo. Just gonna reinforce everything I just said over the jumps this time. And then I've got them set up in a way where I can do the singles a few times and I can do a double as well with 4 strides in between. So I'm gonna show you guys finally how this horse can jump. And we're not going for big expression, we're going for...
You didn't do jumping yet?
Huh?
You didn't jump yet?
I don't think I showed it yet, like recently. So this will be the first, like as when he's back in work. But I'm gonna start first with this cross, just at a canter, lining him up, keeping the rhythm. Yes, they yell at me if I'm not keeping the rhythm.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh yeah, yes, I had a bit of a, how would you describe what we had? A misunderstanding between 2 people.
I wouldn't call it that. I just would never give you advice again.
No. I just feel like the people you're close to, you can never like fully hear it from. Is that just me? Like if it's your trainer or someone telling you, but if like my mom or someone else tells me something, I find that very difficult to like take in that information. That's definitely like my problem.
No, I think a lot of people have that, and it's not a problem as long as we know.
Yeah.
So I'll just film.
Okay.
Show us what you've got.
And one thing that I also need to think about a lot more is looking at my jump, because I never look at the jumps. So that's something that we've been practicing. Now I'm gonna hold this tempo. No faster. Keep him engaged, and he has to figure it out. Yeah. Okay, we went a little bit deep, but did you see how he really had to jump? Did you see that, Jesse? Like he really had to take off from the ground and push.
It was closer as you wanted.
Huh?
You wanted to be a bit closer lately, so that's what happened.
This is just giving him confidence also that he knows that nothing's changing and that he's in control and that he just has to lift his legs up. Good boy, very good.
Already way better, no?
Yeah. Okay, looking at my jump. Yeah, they get so excited with jumping that of course they want to run to the jump. But you just got to sit back and say, same rhythm, same rhythm, same rhythm. Good boy. So there he really tried to go at it a little bit. And I just had to reinforce to just stay the same. And I feel like this time when I have to do it again, this side, remember, it's his weaker side, so it makes sense that he wants to go faster. But I feel like this time now, when I go back at the jump, start looking at my jump, we're not gonna have such a big issue because I did have that reinforcement already. Good boy. Yeah, that was better.
He is ready.
Okay, let's make our way to the double. And I'm just gonna focus on getting my tempo right. And have him a little bit more, yeah, engaged there. Okay, waiting, 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 waiting. Good boy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I count that right?
That's 5.
Oh, 5.
God. Right.
I cannot, this is me not being able to multitask at all.
You're not an accountant.
Okay, let's try again. Looking at my jump. Okay. Let's do that again.
I thought you were going past it, but then you went over it. Maybe take it a bit long. Oh no, I wouldn't say anything, sorry.
Take it a bit longer. Okay. Looking at my jump, already too late with my looking. Go for the middle. Hold them in the same rhythm. It's just the wrong distance.
I think you need to commit. Like,
but then I've got to go like much faster.
Huh?
And I've got to go faster.
A bit, and otherwise you do it a bit more slow.
More slow? I'm not sure if I can do more. Okay, wait. You're right. I've got to commit.
And have a plan. Commitment. Yes.
Wait.
No, sorry, JC.
We need more engagement. Yeah. And back. More engagement and stay with me. Good. Middle, chase, middle. Okay, don't know what that was.
Nice distance at least.
What?
Nice distance at least.
That was better. Let's try that again.
You need to fix it.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so we changed it to 4 strides now because it was a little bit off. Not sure how that happened because no one should have touched it. But looking at my jump, we're gonna keep the rhythm. Good boy. Oh, little trick before. Easy, easy, easy. Yeah.
That's 5.
Good boy. Okay, that was better, even though there was a little trip with Chase's uncoordinated ass. That was better, and I was able to bring him back and let go again before that other jump. That felt good. And you know what? I think we've been riding for, let me check how long we've been riding for now, because this is exactly where it goes wrong. So I'm just gonna pause my Equilab now. Pause ride, finish ride. Okay, and I'm gonna fill this out now as well, because I can do like my rider performance, horse performance, the ground, everything as well. And then I can save it. I'm gonna give the rider performance a smiley face because I feel like it went okay. The horse performance, he was quite good. The ground is soft. I mean, it's always soft and nice here. And it was a private training. And then I'm gonna save that.
Can you do multiple horses?
Yeah, you can have multiple horses registered on the app, and then you just pick which horse you're riding and you can log that.
Right.
And it kind of logs it in like a weekly kind of report style idea as well. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm just gonna cool them off now. And this is something that we've only started to do in the last 2 weeks, like really trying to gain the confidence on these lower jumps and making him wait. And as I feel him being able to wait more and more and start to push off the jumps more and more, I can then start to increase the height and the difficulty as well. But yeah, but I'm pretty satisfied with this, and I'm hoping in the next 2 and 3 weeks we'll be able to go 50, 60, 70 centimeters and start to build up in that way as well. But I want to make sure I've got a confident horse when he's approaching the jumps. And as this is something he's not really been trained for, we're having to do it now. And I don't mind taking it slow, because when we go out for the first competition, I don't want to look like a clown. So I'd rather take the right steps now. But okay, I'm gonna go cool him off.
Well done.
All right, we're back. Now let's jump back on the Equilab app and check out today's ride. Now I'm not showing you the home screen because otherwise you guys are gonna know where I live. Let's not have people coming to the house again. What I love about the app, first, it's so easy to navigate. So you always get your information straight away. Straight away here, now we can see that we rode for 31 minutes, 14 minutes in walk, 5 minutes in trot, 9 minutes in canter. Now the reason that there's so much walking involved today is because we were filming. Now straight underneath that, we can see where we tracked in the arena. And this is something that's really, really useful, because I always feel like I'm only riding on the track. I don't know if other people have that feeling. And clearly here we can see that today we used the whole arena, except the far left end corner of the arena, and that's because it was too shaded and it wasn't working for the camera. So you can see that it's actually really accurate. Now if we go back out, there's a lot of useful information that we can see, things that we tracked ourselves, such as the performance of the horse and the rider. I should have given myself maybe not such a high mark. But one of the things that I love looking at the most is when I go underneath here, it says turns. Now this means how often you rode to the left and how often you rode to the right. Now this is a really tricky one to actually get balanced, I find. And we can see clearly that here I rode less to the left and more to the right. Now if you guys remember, the left side is the side where Chase has that hoof that's a little bit small. And so I don't want to do too much riding on that side yet. And you can clearly see that the app picked up on that very well. When you go down into the analysis, you have a lot of different information like speed, tempo, you have transitions, you have stride, you have elevation. There's a lot that you can really go into if you want to have a more detailed look into your ride. But just even having the general information is such a helpful tool, and I found myself already making a lot of corrections in my training, and the next day, because of the information I received from my previous ride, adjusting it and taking it on in my training further. I know for sure this app is going to be helping a lot of you guys out, so if you are interested, do head to my bio. There's a link there that'll take you straight to the app. And for the rest, I'm very, very excited to hear you guys' feedback. And when it comes to Chase, in the coming weeks, I'm going to be doing a lot more updates. I felt like I didn't want to do that many updates now because we were doing such basic work that I was like, okay, I'm going to cover it in one video, but I don't feel like it's interesting enough because we're not jumping. But now that we are jumping and it's only going to get hopefully higher, I'm hoping to try and do an update every 2 or 3 weeks. And yeah, as I said, we're gonna kind of keep going with the training schedule. I am gonna start getting lessons as well because that's something that I really need to do. I mean, I really have no experience with jumping, so even already the lessons I did get through 𝒋𝒐𝒍𝒐𝒘 TV made a huge difference. So that's something I'm definitely gonna be looking into and doing. But yeah, but for the rest, I guess I want to thank you all for watching the 6-week update on Chase and I turning my retired dressage horse into a show jumper. And we'll be back in 2 or 3 weeks with the next update. And I have some things planned, and I don't think we're going to be filming at home for that update. So we have some fun stuff coming up, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.